everyone, my name is Keela Sons if you're new here, and welcome back or welcome to my YouTube channel. So today's video is basically a reflection video on my entire experience with choreographing Tick Tick Boom at a local theater. And I mentioned this in two of my other videos, my YouTube shorts that I've been making, but I was the choreographer for a musical called Tick Tick Boom at a local theater directed by my acting teacher at school. And this experience was truly one of the best and most fulfilling experiences I have ever had. And I just wanted to come on here today and have a little reflection video with you guys to tell you everything I learned and everything that I will continue to learn from this entire process. So let's jump right in. Okay, I have my little notebook here with some notes I took, so I hit everything that I wanted to cover. But first, I wanted to talk about why I wanted to make this video. So I always think it is very important to reflect on experiences that you may have had, and this one was definitely something that I wanted to document because I didn't get to document it as much as I wanted to on my YouTube channel. So I thought a reflection-based video would be perfect for wrapping everything up and just talking about my experiences that I had with choreographing the show. So I wanted to start off talking about my dance background. So I have been dancing since I was 9 years old, and I started with taking just ballet, and then it eventually progressed to tap, hip hop, jazz, and now I just take ballet and contemporary, which is basically like jazz. And I have always loved dance, but it didn't always come naturally to me, especially when I was younger. But around that 11 to 12 year mark, when I was 11 or 12 years old, I started feeling more confident and it started becoming less of a chore and more of an expression. And I really believe that that's the entire basis of why people dance, why I dance, is to express your body and move it in a way where people can understand your emotions and what you are trying to convey. So as for choreographing, I was the dance captain for the production of Godspell at one of the theaters that I did shows at, and that was my first dance captain slash choreographer's assistant position. And as a dance captain, we would always refine choreography, reteach choreography, and assist the choreographer in any way that we could. So that job was always really cool for me because I got a chance to help my friends and do what I loved at the same time. So I was the dance captain for many shows over there, and eventually I became the choreographer for 1 year at my show choir group at that same theater, and me and one of my friends choreographed our entire show choir season that year. And that was like my first choreographer's position where I was actually choreographing with one of my friends. Alright, so how did I get this opportunity to choreograph Tick Tick Boom? Well, that's what I'm about to tell you guys. So my acting teacher had posted a little remind message out to our entire VPA theater group, and she basically was wondering, she wanted a student who was interested in choreographing her show. And we had to get a letter of recommendation from a teacher, write a few paragraphs on why we would be suitable for the position and why we wanted the position. So immediately I was like, this would be the perfect opportunity for me. So I sent in my application for the position, and I heard back from Miss Smith in the next few days, and she told me that she wanted me for the position. So I was now the student choreographer for Tick Tick Boom. The cool thing about this experience was that it was theater in the round. And if you guys don't know what in the round theater is, it's basically the audience surrounded on all four sides of the stage. And the stage is just a flat ground surface, and the audience is all around you. So it's really immersive and cool, but I had never worked in theater in the round before. Alright, so I wanted to talk about how I choreographed each number. So a few days before I would come in to choreograph, Miss Smith would send me a text and be like, hey, we're gonna need you to choreograph green dress, have it ready by Wednesday. And it would be like Monday. My methods of choreographing are always to write it out in a little book, but before I write it out, I have to listen to the song 2 or 3 times. I kind of listen to it in my head to get a feel for it. I'll listen to the song and I'll be like, oh, that would be cool to do a little step touch here, pas de bourrée, a kick, a turn, just anything that I think of, just kind of doing it in my head, just to see. And I try not to close my mind off to any possibilities. I like to just keep it open and spill everything out in my mind. And after I do that, then it's time to start. It was definitely difficult for me to adjust to that theater in the round experience, but Miss Smith really helped me figure all of that out and keeping everything more open, because with theater in the round, you have to keep it in corners or in set circles in the center to like make sure everyone can see it from either corner, either side, and at most angles. So that was kind of a struggle at the beginning, but I adapted, and towards the end, I completely just mastered the art of theater in the round. And I think writing choreography down is the best way to retain it, and it's also the best way to teach it later on for the actors. I think it's very important to have something on paper and have something documented so that you can send out photos to the cast, send it to the actors, so they can relearn it if they need to or review. That was my whole process for choreographing the entire time. Alright, so let's talk about the atmosphere in my entire rehearsal process with these actors and the directors. So working with this cast of Tick, Tick, Boom was absolutely incredible. I loved every single actor, and my favorite part about working with them was how welcome they made me feel, and I just fit in right away. I was a little nervous at first coming into the rehearsal process because I was the only student in the room and I wanted to be able to fit in and have them respect me at the same time, but they respected me from the beginning and they treated me like a friend, and I just became part of the group. There's just so much love if you find a good cast to work with, and this was definitely a great cast. And it was so wonderful for me to be their mentor throughout the process and to be there for them on opening night and know that I helped them get there and helped them make it their own. And that was just, it was like almost magical for me. And of course, one of my favorite parts of working on this production was getting to work with my acting teacher in a different proximity. So I go to a high school that is mainly focused on the arts. So there is art, digital art and design, music and theater and dance, and I'm in the theater program, and Miss Smith is my acting teacher, and then we have two other teachers a part of the theater program that coach us and mentor us every day. So I've worked with Miss Smith obviously at school and in school productions, but I've never had the opportunity to work with her in kind of like a side-by-side where she's the director and the choreographer, and there's a music director, and we're kind of all working together to reach this one vision, like this one goal. And that was really cool because she was coming to me and was like, how do you think this would work? Or do you think this would work? And then I would go to her and be like, ooh, what about this idea? Or what if we add in something here to bring in that idea? And it was super cool to see that all pool together and create the final product. I learned something new from her every day, so learning from her in this capacity was absolutely amazing, and I will always take this with me and the learning opportunities that I had during Tick, Tick, Boom, because it was truly something special. So this process was around a month and a half, and it eventually came to opening night. And I came on opening night, and it was truly one of the best moments of my life. And I know that might sound cheesy to say that on opening night, but it's really true. I was sitting there in that audience, and I'd never really had the opportunity to have something like that was fully my own, like where I fully choreographed it on my own, I fully did it on my own. And this was my choreography on my own, my very own work, and that was something so, so special to me. And I saw them doing Sunday out there, and because that obviously is my favorite number in the show, and I was getting teary-eyed. It was really interesting. I wasn't expecting to get so emotional on opening night, but I did. And I could see Miss Smith on the other side of the theater tearing up as well. And I finally realized this is what it's like to see your work come to life. And oh my goodness, it was crazy. And I was talking to Miss Smith after the show, and I was just in awe. I had never experienced anything like that before, and just that feeling of complete and utter satisfaction knowing that I did that, And I completed that, I accomplished that, and the actors took that and they completely transformed it. Completely. Just seeing them on that stage, completely dancing, fully in the moment, taking the choreography, making it into something beautiful. That is something I will never forget. My main goal in life is to be successful, and I don't mean money-wise. I just want to be happy and have a successful career in something that I'm passionate about. So obviously I want to pursue musical theater, but choreography, dance, and choreographing is something that is a huge part of my life, and I want to keep this in my life. I really enjoyed this process, and I would love to do it again. And for those of you guys who are watching out there who may be interested in something like this, pursue it. Just do it. I think the best way to pursue your dreams and passions is to just get started. Alright guys, so we have reached the closure of my reflection, but before I go, I wanted to mention a few other projects coming up on my YouTube channel. So I am in Parade right now playing Mary Fagan, and there will be lots of Parade content coming on YouTube because it is a 2-week run, which is so exciting, and I am really excited to bring you guys into that realm and get to see what it's like being at Parade rehearsals. Also, one of my latest projects that I'm working on is orchestrating the music for a friend's play. And I've been working on this project for a few months now, and very soon I'm going to have a full-length YouTube video coming on how I made the music for the show and how I orchestrated it on my Roland keyboard, which is actually right here. So please stay tuned for that because that was a really cool experience as well, and you guys won't want to miss it. And lastly, I want to thank you guys for watching this reflection video. Tick Tick Boom was truly something special in my life. I've grown so much as an actor, as a performer, and most importantly, as a choreographer. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!